Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, and tonight we're going to be talking about another horror movie. Yes, we're going to be talking about the 1990 Night of the Living Dead remake, starring Tony Todd, along with Patricia Tallman, excuse me, along with Tom Towles and William Butler and Bill Moseley. Excuse the the delay there. And I've been eager to talk about the 1990 Night of the Living Dead. I know I actually haven't done a video on the original film, but I have a lot of appreciation for the original film, and I recently just got this Blu-ray copy of the 1990 version. Actually, it's slightly I think it's like imported or something like that, but it works on the player, so that was nice. I really do like the cover to this. I really like the poster, I should say. And then when you open it up, it's just very cool. I don't know, I'll take the disc out here and see if you guys can you guys see the alternate cover in the background there. Very nice. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead, the original 68, George A. Romero film. I think is the first and best of all those, from Dawn to Day and everything like that. Although I do really love Love and Day of the Dead, there's just this great eeriness and appreciation I have for the original film. Although it might seem kind of silly today, and maybe overacted or underacted, I don't know. I still do really hold a place for that. But this 1990 Night of the Living Dead here, I gotta be honest, it was directed by Tom Savini, who, he's directed films and everything, but he's also very notorious, for his, makeup and special effects work within the genre and everything. I honestly think, in my mind, that I do like Night of the Living Dead 1990 more than the original film. Don't kill me. I just think everything about it's better. It's all updated. I guess Tom Savini did have some issues with the studio or something like that. He had wanted to do more to kind of put an original spin on it. It is very similar to the original film, except how things go in the end, which we may touch on a little bit. But mostly it's very parallel to the original film in terms of story points and what happens to who, except towards the end they do make it a little bit more unique, I guess. But you have a really nice cast here. You have Bill Moseley. He's not in it long. He gets to do the whole "they're coming to get you, Barbara," and then you have Tony Todd as Ben, perfect casting for that kind of character, and then you have Patricia Tallman as Barbara. And they just do such an excellent job changing up Barbara, making her not so closed off and just sort of a possible body count character like the original film. And they really turn into a really great, almost classic horror movie heroine, right up there with the survivors like Nancy Thompson or Laurie Strode's and things like that. And I thought Patricia Tallman did a really nice job handling, her sort of changing psychology and, demeanor as the, night went along. And again, I gotta emphasize Tony Todd. His demeanor is perfect as Ben. He has more commanding presence because he's, fucking Tony Todd, right? I was appreciated the original actor in the first film because he was a lead, and an African-American lead at a time when there wasn't a lot of that. But the fact is that Tony Todd's, he's just such a talented actor. He has that presence and, that way about him. But he also shows a good amount of range in this with his emotion as well as things, sort of draw out and such. And, he's the one, picking up a lot of slack and trying to round everyone together at the beginning. Then eventually he butts heads with Tom Towles' character. And, Harry is just as frustrating as he is in the original film, maybe more. But for the cast, for the most part, does do a nice job. And another thing, just with it being a newer, it's 22 years later, from the original. The makeup is pretty damn good, if not fantastic. Of course, Tom Savini being the director certainly helped. But you have a good mix of zombies here. I mean, you have some of your more kind of eerie, basic-looking, freshly turned zombies to the more kind of raunchy, sort of been there, done that zombie. To just some more unique-looking ones as you go throughout the film. Like, no zombie looked, identical, really. And, some good quality makeup with that, and details to the skin and everything like that I really enjoyed seeing. And it's just a classic premise, really. I mean, it's it's straightforward, it's easy, but just a horror movie or action scenario in one isolated location, especially just a farmhouse like that, just calls for suspension and or suspense, excuse me, and just this uneasiness and sort of like walls closing in type of thing. And this movie does that really well too. I mean, I'm curious what Tom Savini got held back from it, because he said he got to do like 40% of the things he wanted to do. I mean, I don't think he would have changed the story too much. It's probably just some like more graphic kills or something like that. I'm not sure. I think there could have been more blood in it or something. I was surprised that it wasn't like a shit ton, but there was a good enough amount, I think, for when it needed it. The ending, it is different. I mean, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Most of you have. I'm like one of the last ones to do so. But it's it kind of fits with these versions of these characters, and it kind of works out in its own way to sort of still parallel how the first one or the original film left off, but sort of updating it a little bit, which I really liked, actually. But yeah, I think Night of the Living Dead 1990 is a very good movie. I don't know how it's had such mediocre reviews. I personally think it's better in almost every regard than the original film, and that was, of course, a landmark and a major stepping stone for horror. But I just think this is one that's just very, 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 very much a prime example of how good something like this can be of its sort. And again, I preferred it, just personally. I don't feel bad about that either. It looks really good. It plays out really nicely. Tony Todd's awesome. Patricia Tallman, adds a much more improved in terms of writing Barbara character, and really it just works, man. It works. So I'm giving it like a 94% anywhere in there. AA minus, for sure. Maybe 95. I don't know. It could probably be in one of my top, 20-ish, 25 horror movies of all time, really, when I watched a shit ton. But yeah, it is after 3 a.m. now, so I'm going to have to cut this video a little bit short, but I did want to get my thoughts out there on it finally after all these years. It was good doing this than, the video I had just done before with the Hannibal films. It's going to get back to horror, instead of just action movies all the time. I'm going to try and mix that in a little bit as we go. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me your thoughts on the 1990 remake. How do you think it compares to the original? How do you think it stands on its own, if at all? It did lack originality. There could have been some different things about it, but it just works so well for me, and I got exactly what I wanted out of it. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.